Welcome to Go Live Vegas Studios in the heart of Las Vegas. This is Full Tilt Vegas. This is episode 46, and I'm going to be talking about proposition bets. I was going to do that last week, but Brett called in, and we got some callers. Yeah, you can get my book. It's in the book Winning Ways in Blackjack, Craps, and Roulette. If you're interested in poker, slot machines, Keno, you can go to my Delatory 360 Entertainment, and you can see all those videos and horse racing. Let's see, that was episode 2 and episode 6. I think that's on slot machines and Keno. And then 14 is Anthony Curtis. We go into card counting and blackjack. I was very happy he came on. Guy's been all over the world, so you probably notice when you see him. 17, I had Rod Goldstein on poker. He's a professional poker player. But you can go to Delatory 360 Entertainment and see all my videos. And you can learn about anything that I talk about. It is my opinion, but I have over 30 years experience in these games, and I also tore them down to understand ratios and percentages and odds. So I have a full understanding of the ratios and percentages that you have to fight, and I break those down here. And don't forget to hit that, smash that like button, and hit the notifications so you get all the notifications for any of these shows that we have here on the Go Live Vegas Studios. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I already talked about the book. I just I was thinking about doing another one, but if I do, I think what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to add pages to the book and just it'll be just redo it, because it's. I mean, what am I gonna? I mean, people, yeah, they listen to me, but there's other people out there that have been doing this and they're well established. John Patrick's one of them. Poker, to me, would be Danny Negreanu. But it's just my experience from the time that I won, from my experience, the money I made. But craps, anything got to do with craps and blackjack and roulette, I'm just as good as or better than anybody out there, because I actually played for years and years, and I don't stay at the table like some people. They might stay at the table 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe 3. Sometimes I've stayed there 9, 10 hours and played till the sun went up. I used to do this because I lived here from 95 to 99, and most of the time I was at the crap table. It was at the Stardust, and I went to the Rio and the Hilton, but mainly it was at the Stardust. But I have a lot of years experience, and then I became a dealer too. So, which to me, I mean, a lot of people, oh, you were a dealer? It's not a big deal. They have to follow procedure, pay out per procedure, and they have to. There's a certain manner they have to carry themselves at the table. They don't know. A lot of dealers don't know what I know. I took years and years of studying of these games, because if you think about it, look at the games. They're all numbers. These games are total numbers. That's why a lot of poker players, they can give you statistics and ratios on what card might be coming out, because they've been playing so long and they understand the racial statistics. Like on poker, out of 3, there's probably 1 that will have a pair. So if you got 9 people at the table, there's possibly 3 people have a pair. Now, I do know there's a few other things I did learn, but I haven't really went into it, like Danny Negreanu and the Magician. But those things I thought I should know, because if I'm playing one-on-one, just about any time you play one-on-one on poker, you should almost play any cards. Any 2 cards. You should play any 2 cards, no matter what. Even if you got a bad hand, called rags, you can play those. You can bluff them like they're aces. Someone fly what in Vegas? I'm still seeing blurry here. The blackjack on craps, and what did it say here?
Someone fly into Vegas with me and play blackjack with craps.
Yeah. Can you make those a little bit bigger?
I'll
Yeah. They're going to be coming here.
try.
What would I say? I say download my book on your phone, and you'll have all my information there. on your phone, because you can get my book on your phone. You can Google, iTunes, you can Kindle it. I know I have people in Germany and Canada that also have bought it through the Kindle, and you can get it on Barnes and Noble too. Yeah, so all these games, they're numbers. That's what they are. They're numbers. Roulette wheel, everybody is kind of obvious. They're all numbers. The blackjack, yes, of course, big time numbers. Card counting, huge. Craps, it's all numbers, especially with a set of dice. Now, last week I did show at the end, and I did get some people were really shocked. They said they've been playing craps all this time and never knew this about the dice. Eat, drink, eat, drink, sleep, crap table, most fun. Yeah, what's his name? The Squad. The Squad says eat, drink, sleep, crap table, most fun. Yeah, people were really shocked when I showed them this, and I guess I'm going to do it again. I'm not going to use the little dice because so I want you to see the numbers. Yeah, I got quite a few people that I got some people that I knew that even text me, and then I got some tweets and some other stuff. They said, what the heck? Why are the dice set up like that? And I said, because that's the way they're set up. The dice are set up. Now you see that's an ace. That's not a 1. And anytime you have if you're showing the front, well, the back should add up to 7. So if I just flip it, it's a 6. So ace and 6 or 7. Now if I show you the 4 and I flip it, the 3, it's 7. So they add up to 7. You got the 5 and the deuce, it's 7. The dice are set up like that. So if you ever see funny dice, and you can tell anytime you see something, like say you see the 5, and you go, well, the bottom of that's got to be a deuce, and you should know that, especially if you're going to start dice setting. In my book, I do have dice setting. If you're going to learn that, learn the dice really quick. As soon as the dealer gives you the 2 dice, you should know exactly what you're looking at. Like if you see the 3, you should know that if the 3 is showing up, the 4 is on the bottom. But what I show you in the book is I devise this. I think there's other ways. I've seen other ways how people set up dice, but the way I devise it in the book is I did it so it'll be repetitious. Ace, this is an ace, not a 1. Remember, ace to the left. So the ace would be to the left. Don't worry about what's on top. Ace to the left, and then I get the other one. Let me see. Aaron, could you show the table? And then I go, the other one is the ace to the left. So now you start, if you want 7s, you would just turn 1 die. You don't have to turn 2, so you turn 1 die like that. And you see there's all 7s. There's 7s, and you keep flipping them. 7, 7, 7. Oh, I can see it here. 7. They're all 7s. And then if you open it up, it's a 7. And then you do here, which would be a 6, and it'd be an ace, it'd be a 7. So that's how you set them up for 7. Now, if you want to throw hard ways, all you do is turn it. It doesn't matter which one. I usually turn this one because this is the first ace to the left. I didn't want to make this complicated. That's why a lot of the ways I set these up is always ace to the left. So as soon as you see an ace, no matter if it's flipped up or you see it here, you would grab it and do that to it. And then you would grab the other one and real quick turn it as you're setting it, because once you start setting dice and you get really good at it, when you start making numbers, the first thing you should know, do not call out, I'm going to throw a hard 6. Watch this hard 8. Don't do that. You're bringing attention to yourself. Do not do that. Grab the dice as fast as you can. Make some bets that you think you might hit on dice setting, and then throw the dice. But don't start yelling out. Like, I'm not going to mention the guy's name. I'm not going to give the guy a plug because he's selling books and DVDs, and a lot of casinos do not allow you to dice set anymore. So I just want to let you know that. Turbo, 2 craps. Craps. Yep. Yeah, so now you see the 7s, right, on the table? See the 7s? Now what do? You turn 1 die, just 1. All you do is turn 1, 2. Now what do you see? You see all the hard ways. Hard 10, hard 8, hard 4, hard 6. Well, hard 4 is my favorite. But anyway, that's how you do that. And then I also have these are called kissing sixes. So what you do is you have the 6, and then you put these together, and then you turn it 1, 2. Hold on. Oh, 5. Okay, it was 3. It was the first time. Okay, I got a 5 because I call these kissing sixes. So they kiss. What do you got on top? You got a 5, and now you got a 5, and you got a 9 and a 9. So now you got 5 and 9s. So you can throw those. And the other ones I have are, kissing 6, and then what I call 4s. It's called what do I call it? I can't even remember. 4. Kissing 6s and 4s kiss. So now you got the 4s together. You put those together, and what do you got? You got 11, ace deuce, and ace deuce. So when you throw the both dice, now let me show you with the smaller pair first. No, the table here. I'm going to show you. What you do is you grab them like this. Can they see that? You have my fingers. My fingers are this way. Oh, I can see it here. And then the back, I got one thumb in the back. And when you throw them, you should be using mechanics. Now, you should practice at least 6 months before you go to the casino. And the table has to be either the table you're throwing on because you learn mechanics. 10 feet, 12 feet, 14 feet, and 16 feet. So you get them. I should have got a manicure. And then, and then you grab the back. And then what you do is you learn the mechanics of tossing them. Now, both dice should be doing this in midair. They should be tumbling in midair, and they shouldn't be doing all this. They should be like this. They got to hit 6 inches from the end, from the felt to the end of the table. So it's 6 inches from before you hit the back, and hits the back, and then they come back. And if you practice at home, you'd blow you away. Because when I first learned to do this, I was doing this for a while, and I noticed there was patterns when they come back. When they come back, I would see the same numbers, even if I would say I hit a hard 10. So if I was to hit it, I would see patterns. Like I would see the 10, but I would see the 2 6s, and I would see them like this, or they'd be facing me. It was weird because that showed that it worked. So I practiced for I only practiced for about 2 months, but I practiced I must have been at the table. I must have been like 2 hours a day. I was so burned out by practicing, but I kept the mechanics, and I already knew the table I was going to practice on. I think it was 14 feet. So it doesn't matter where you're at. You have to practice that position. At the end of position 6, which is at the end, how do I say this? It's called 6th position. That's where you would be. And the 5th position is right next, it's called the hook. But you'd be on 6th position. And now if you're at 1 or 2 or 3, you would do your mechanics, your arm would do this. Now, if you go to the other side, you would do the same thing. You would just face this way. And if you were on the inside, you would just face this way, and your arm would throw like that. So you would practice that for, you should at least practice, I'd say, for at least 2 hours a day for at least 4 months. And don't announce it, which you know how, don't act all dumb, because as soon as the box man starts seeing that you're making numbers, especially the hard ways, they'll tell you, sir, when the dealer gives you the dice, go ahead and just throw them, because they'll stop you from doing that. So that's why I say, if you're going to do this, learn to set up the dice really fast. I can set up these dice really quick, but I learn exactly what's under it. I know what's on top, what's under it, and once I see an ace here, I already know there's a 6 on this side. I don't have to be doing all this. Like, I see a lot of people doing this. They'll get the die and they'll do this, and they'll set it down, and they'll look for the other one, whatever they're trying to throw, and then they'll set it down. They're taking time, and you can't use 2 hands, and you can't pull them off the rail. So they'll do this, and they'll set it down. They'll look like, and if you keep doing that, and taking your time, everybody's watching you. So they're gonna say, this guy keeps throwing hard 4s or hard 8s. This guy keeps throwing 12 or aces. It says, and he's betting it. if you're going to make these bets, you try to do it is if you're going to do it, just do it. And once you get called on it, then you can't do it no more. So you can do this. I made some money doing this, but the floor behind the box man, box woman, the lady came over and started watching me. So evidently somebody was watching me. Yeah, I was hitting I hit a couple of hard fours. I hit a 12. What else did I hit? Oh, I hit a hopping 9, which is 54, my favorite hopping number, 5-4. It's a one-time bet. It pays 15 to 1, and I throw up $10 and I get back 70. If it's a 2 table, I get back 75. 4 table, I pay 70 for $5. So, but yeah, as soon as she saw me, I just stopped doing it. Now I won anyway. I won $3,500 that night. It was Father's. My daughter took me. We were at the Hard Rock. We were. It was Father's Day, and I won $3,500, and so that was a great day. But I was in the beginning I was dice setting, but you can go to my book, and in there in the back, and it has dice setting in there, so you can go ahead and look at that and learn how to do it. Like I said, don't announce it. That's the worst thing you can do. Just don't. If you want, you can go ahead and play craps like I show you. Well, you should, because you'll understand ratios and percentages. What you do is don't do it all the time. Just get it in there. Like, I want to throw a hard 4, so let me. I'm throwing, but here I'm gonna do it in about a couple of minutes, or the next throw. But don't keep doing it. That's how you're gonna get caught. It's like card counting. Start spins on. You're betting $5, and then all of a sudden you put $50 and you go $200. That's how you get caught card counting. I talk about that in the book. So anyway, so that's because I got a whole bunch of people were shocked that the dice was set up like that. This game, craps, they didn't put all these bets on this felt and say, hey, you know what? Let's use crap. Let's use a set of dice. No, they took the dice and set up the dice for 7 to come out, which is the dominant number, and any other bet below that, the 16.67% on a set of dice. That's the highest percentage you can get on a set of dice. It's not 100. It's 16.67% on a set of dice. That's the highest percentage you can get on a set of dice. The next numbers below that would be 6 and 8. That's why you see 6 and 8 come up a lot, and that's 13.89%. And then the next two numbers are the 5 and 9. That's 11.11%, and then the 10 and 4, they're 8.33%. That's the percentage to throw it. The house percentage is totally different, but that has nothing to do with you. That's what they make. So, but that is a percentage, and I do have that in the book showing you what the percentage is of throwing each number. So you can go ahead and get and learn that. Yeah, so I have this too on a couple other episodes, probably 4 of them. But since I got a lot of new people, a lot of people from Twitter, I just got a lot of people saying, "What the heck was that? How come the dice are set up like that?" Because that's the way they're set up. So if you ever go to a crap table, 7 is a dominant number. So you can play the pass line and hope you're going to hit a 7 right out, which is 16.67%, but you also win with the 11 on the come, only on the come out. So 7-11 you win, and that adds up to 22.23%. So now the percentage is higher because you got the 5.56% added to the 16.67%. So, and that's on the come out. And what you got against you is 11.11%, which is 2, 3, and 12. Those are the numbers you lose on the come out. Any other point is 66.66% to make a point. Now, you would think that you would make a point more often because it's 66.66% to make a number. But no, you got to remember something. The dice are set up for 7 to come out. That's why 7 is a dominant number. So once you get a point, always take your odds. And you got to remember, once you get a point, you're at the mercy of 7, 16.67%. That's why you should always play 6 and 8. Always play 6 and 8, no matter what. I don't care. Take 3 numbers, 6 and 8, and then the next number would be either the 5 or 9. Or if the number's 8, surround the puck. You'd have 6 and 9. If the point becomes 6, surround the puck, take 5, 8. If the point is 4, take 6 and 8. If the point is 5, take 6 and 8. Always take 6 and 8 because they come up the most besides a 7. So that's why I wanted to go over this. So that way you'll know when you're playing craps, you know how powerful 7 is. Now, there is people that thrown the dice and buck the ratios in the percentages and have thrown, I think it was a woman in Atlantic City. She threw for 4 hours and I don't think it was 20 minutes or something. They had ran out of chips. They were giving out markers because they ran out of all the chips. People were just making hand over fist. And they were checking the dice here and there to see if they weren't loaded. But no, it's just sometimes somebody's going to do it. I mean, the longest I've thrown probably was 25 minutes. I'm not really good. I mean, that's actually pretty good, but there's people, I've been at tables, people 40 minutes. There was a guy who shot 45 minutes one time. I couldn't get on the table. There was a person shooting for a half hour. And this tall guy is about 7 foot, got his chips and left. I told him, "Are you leaving?" He goes, "Yeah." He says, "I got my money." And I said, "Well, shit, I'm getting in here." I dropped down, I think it was $100 because I had to hurry and give him the money because everybody was screaming and hollering. I threw down, this is at the Rio. I threw $100 down and I told him, "Give me a $30 6 and 8. And I placed, call a put bet. You'll see in my book what that is. It's called a put bet. You put it on the line. And that guy shot for another 20 minutes. And I made, I think it was $1,900 in 20 minutes. But I went for it. So, I mean, you can make money if you know what you're doing, but don't forget the dominant number is 7. So let me put this right here. Okay, I'm going to go to prop bets. A lot of people are scared of these bets. A lot of people bet them all day long. They shouldn't be doing that because look at the percentages. Like a lot of people bet a horn bet. So that is 12.5% for the casino. That, in other words, $12.50 they take out of $100. That's a percentage in the long run. Now, this is a lot of people don't understand this. There's a few dealers I know in California. They think I'm nuts, but there is some really good dealers I work with, and they had to straighten out those other dealers because some of the dealers don't really go to school. They learn from other dealers, and they start doing the home games. On a 2 layout. This one here is actually a 4. This is a 4 layout because it says 15 4-year 1. So in other words, they're going to pay you 14 because it's for the bet, not to the bet. If that was to the bet, it'd say 15 to 1, and you would get $15, and your dollar would stay up if you're betting $1. Aaron, the felt. And so you can see where it says 15 for 1, and then it says 30 for 1. So you get paid 29. Now, if this was a 2 table, that would pay you 30. Your dollar, if you're betting dollars, it would still be there. If that was $5, you get paid 150, and your $5 would still be there. Now, I go in my book and I show you what the ratios and percentage of that hitting. They're really supposed to be paying you 35 to 1, but they don't. That's a built-in edge the casino already has. It pays you, if it's a 2 table, it pays you 30 to 1. It should be paying you 35 because on a set of dice, the combinations are 36 combinations, and you're only betting one of them. You're betting a 12, and you have 35 against you. It should be 35 to 1, but they don't do that. They pay you 30 on a 2 table. Now, a 4 table, they pay you 29. So not only are they keeping the $5, they're keeping another $1. So that's another 1% that they're keeping. So these are bad bets. I use them to hedge bet. You can use these to hedge bet. Now, I show people on I use 12 a lot because a lot of people do bet 12 or boxcars or midnight. That's what their nicknames. But when I'm actually playing, I actually tell them 12 because I don't want them saying, "What do you mean? I don't know what a boxcar is," or "It ain't 12 midnight." No, I threw one time $25. I was looking for 100. I couldn't get it out fast enough, and the guy was going to throw the dice, and I threw out $25, and I called it out, and I got the bet in, and it just happened to hit, and everybody was looking at me, and I got back. I think it was a 2 table. I got back $750. The other thing is on a crap table, when you walk up to a crap table. Look at the felt where you're at, or where position one. It's usually at 1, 2, 3, and maybe 5, 6. It'll say no call bets. it'll say no call bets. In other words, what I did on that table, it didn't have that. So when I threw the $25 out and the guy had the dice in his hand and he was just about to throw them, I got to make the bet. But it's up to the stick man to say no bet. The box man can yell it out too. He'll say no bet, or he'll say bet, and they'll yell it out. You got to bet. They'll yell it out because the guy's already got the dice in his hand, and if it was a no call bet, they would have said no bet, and I never would have won. But you can look for that. I don't know why they do that, especially you're doing proposition bets. These are the worst bets you can bet. The percentage is so high. Like I said, if a horn bet is 12.5%, that's on a 2 table. If this was a 4 table, it's not 12.5%. It jumps up to 16.67%, just as high as a 7. That's the percentage they're taking from you. They're taking almost $17 from you in the long run. That's why these are not good bets. But I do show you on aces and 12. You could do this with aces, ace, deuce, and 11. You can do the same thing. But on aces and 12, you notice, okay, let's just say it's a 2 table. It's 30-1. So mathematically, you can do this 30 times before you're in the casino. The 31st time, actually, the 31st time on a 2 table, once you get up to 30 and you make the 31st bet, if you win, you get back your $30. But you got to save money down because your dollar's still up there. You have to win that one 29 times and make $1 before you're into the casino. Because once you make this the 31st time and you lose it, and even though you won the next one, you're into the casino. So you can do that mathematically, the aces and 12, bet it, but you can't wait. You got to bet it. Like you bet $1, bet $1. 12, just yell out 12, 12, just keep giving it to the sick man, 12, and hope you hit it within the 30 times. On a 2 table. On a 4 table, it's 29 times. So you can do this, and the 11 and 8 deuce, you can do the same thing. But you can't wait. I'm going to wait 2 rolls. You can't do that. It has to be consecutive. So I've done this before. And a couple of times, yes, I have won it, but I'm just screwing around. You can do it with $5. But if you can do it with $5, don't go $5, $5. I already lost $30. Let me go to $1. You can't do that. It has to be the same denomination. If you start this, you got to keep going. Can't stop. And one of the best bets I like using on a proposition bet is 8-for-1. It'll say 8-for-1 or 7-2-1. It pays the same thing. For every $1, you're going to win $7 on craps, which would be 2, 3, or 12. If any of those numbers come out, you win $7. So what I do is if I go to a table and it's a $10, a lot of tables are $10 now. A lot of tables used to be $5, so I used to give them $1. But now they're $10. Now a lot of tables are $15. But a $10 table, you can still find them, especially downtown or I think it's Casino Royale. I think they have $5 tables. It's right next to Hair Ass. Anyway, so you put $10 on the pass line, and you put $2 on any craps. Remember, any craps, because it doesn't matter if it's a 4 or 2 table, it will always pay you 7-1. So if you a lot of the dealers, they'll put it on C and E up here. Don't let them do that, because if it's a 4 table, it doesn't pay 7. It's going to pay you 6 because it's for the bet, not to the bet. So always just get in the habit of saying any craps. If he puts it here and he says it's the same thing, you got to look if it's a 2 or 4 table, and you can see that. You can see it right there on all the proposition bets. It says 4. It'll say 2. You can't miss it. It says 2 the bet, not 4 the bet. There'll be no 4 to it. They'll all be 2. So you'll know that if he puts it on up here on C, this layout doesn't have it. C and E. If he puts it on C, don't worry about it because it pays the same. But get in the habit of putting on any craps. So just in case you're getting hammered and you don't watch and put it on C. And I go into that in the book. I did do some videos with Gypsy G. I just talked to Gypsy today. She's doing well. I think it was highlight show. It was called the highlight show. All those videos on the highlight show. But you can go to Delatory 360 Entertainment and you can see what I show you, a lot of those prop bets and how to hedge bet against your come out. So if I put $10 on the pass line and I give them $2 on any craps, and 2-3-12 comes out, I'll lose my pass line, but I'll make 14 on any craps, and I'll still have my $2. You're just hedge betting on the come out. That's all you're doing, and it's only costing you $2. So you're chancing $2 to win 14, or if the pass line comes up or goes to a point, you only put up $2. Now I see some people going, I don't know why they do this on the come out. They bet C&E and they give them $2 because they're covering both bets. Those are two bets. C&E is 2-3-12. I mean, C is 2-3-12, and E is 11. So why would you bet on 11? You're already going to win on 11. So you're double betting. So you take the same $2 on C&E and just put it on any craps, and you'll have your $10 covered. If it's a $5 game, you get $5 on the pass line. Just put $1 on any craps, and if 2-3-12 comes out, you'll lose your 5, but you'll get back 7, and you'll still have your $1. It's just another way of prop bets I use on the come out. It's really saved me a couple of times. Me and my son one time. Man, it wasn't for hedge betting, we would have went to the ATM like everybody else. But that's what saved us. Yeah, so you can do that on 12 aces, ace deuce, and 11. Now, for the hard ways, my favorite is a hard 4. The reason why I like hard 4 is because when I first learning craps, there was a guy, he was in probably 7th position on craps, and he kept betting hard 4, and he was winning it. I said, why is he betting that? Why is he betting that? Not all of them. I'm glad he wasn't betting 6 and 8 because they come up too much soft. 6 and 8 come up too much soft. So if you hedge bet against the bet, whatever you lose, you have to replace it. So you can hedge bet on 6 and 8 on the board for board number and put $1. You can put $1, even if you put $5. If you put a 6 here on the board, put $6, you'll win 7. If it comes up soft, you can replace the $5 over there on the hard 6 and then make a $2 profit off of this bet. I show all this in the book, how to hedge bet against doing all this, and it blow your mind how much money that you will not you'll find out you're not going to the ATM like you used to, or you might not even go there like you used to. I'm just telling you, hedge betting is the greatest move in craps. It's crazy once you get involved with hedge betting, especially when I did show some episodes, 21, 22. I don't know, that was 40 something, might have been 42. Anyway, I go into that. Then there's other episodes in the beginning when I first start doing this, Go Live Vegas. I did show other hedge betting on those. That must have been 4 or 5. Might have been 4 and 5. So, but proposition bets I do use them, but I use them a hedge bet. Okay, like I said, on the hard 4, hard 10, exactly the same, 11.11% on 4 and 10, and then 6 and 8 are 9.09%. Now, a lot of people like playing 6 and 8 because it pays more. Yeah, it pays more, but it only pays $2 more. But you got to remember something. It comes up more soft, so you lose it more. There are 4 ways. Actually, there's 4 ways to lose it soft and only 1 way to win it hard. But you can lose that on a 7 too. And there's 3 ways to win, 2 ways to win it on 4 and 10, and only 1 way to lose it. No, 1 way to win it and 2 ways to lose it, minus the 7. So, but I don't like playing 6-8 because, trust me, I've seen so many people. God, I can't believe how many parties or how many times I've been at a crap table when I go to some of the casinos here. I can't believe how many people are just playing. They play 6 and 8, 6 and 8, 6 and 8. That's all they do. And I'm watching them. They keep losing 6 and 8 because it keeps coming up soft. I only play 1. I've been playing both now, the 4 and 10. But I was played for years. I only played a hard 4. Everybody knew me. Stardust knew me. Here comes Richard, hard 4. They already knew who I was because I used to bet for the dealers. And I used to bet for them on the pass line. But, yeah, I use that. I just bet a hard four. Once I get up, I'll go $5. I'll go to 10, and the highest I've ever bet was $100. But I was already up 6,500 when I made that bet, and I actually the lady actually threw it, and I told that story, and that story is actually in my book. In my book, I have 3 stories. Those are true stories. What happened to me? Craps, blackjack, and roulette. Those are true stories. I just wanted to get a little personal with the reader. So, yeah, 2 rolls later, she threw the hard 4. I had 500 on the pass line, 500 odds, and I had $100 on the hard 4. I won $2,200 in 1 roll. I cashed out $9,600. That was at, I think it was at the Hilton or the MGM. Anyway, so I only bought him for $300, but the table got hot. The table got on fire. And you can read, when you read that story, it's really trip. It's actually the way I actually, well, a buddy of mine named Dave Martinez, he's a dealer too. He actually was, well, back then I didn't really know how to use a computer very well. So he could type really quick. So I was telling him what to say to type out. And he says, are you going to talk about hard ways, or are you going to tell a story? I tell Dave, just do what I tell you. And by the way, Dave Martinez, yeah, I did stay at his house, was it 2 Mondays ago? You know, he tried to charge me parking fee and resort fee. I go, where's the resort? I'm kidding. I told him I was going to tell him that. He goes, where's my bed and breakfast fee? I go, would you give me an apple? So, but no, he was, we go back a long ways, Dave. He's a pretty good dealer. I actually taught him how to deal craps the way you're supposed to deal with the MGM Corporation way. But anyway, I thought I'd tell him I was going to do that story. So, yeah, hard 4, hard 10, that's it. I don't play 6 and 8. You can play, well, like if you give $4, and because it's a $4 bet, there's 4 bets. You got ace deuce, you got aces and 12 and 11. Those are 4 bets. But a lot of people throw $5 out there. So you can say high. If you don't say high, they'll break down the dollar and put a quarter on each of the bets. Now, I don't like doing that because I like picking mine. And a lot of people do pick 12. They just pick 12. So, but you can pick high on 12, high on aces, high on ace deuce, or high on 11. Just say horn high 12. That's what they call it, horn high 12. So when you throw it out there, say you're throwing out $5, and you throw horn high 12, they'll put it, there's some formats have places they put it, or the deal will put it on the bet, and he'll point it like kind of towards the other ones. You'll see when you see the layout, but he'll throw it on the bet, and that extra dollar is on the 12. So if it's a 2 table, it'll pay, instead of $30, it'll pay $60 minus the other 3 bets. So you get back $57 on the bet. So you can do that, horn high, or you can just give them the $4 and say horn high. You don't have to tell them, I got $4 here, put them on. You don't have to do that. Just throw the $4 at the stick man, not at him, but on the table, right where the felt's at, and he'll put it on all 4 of them. You can do that. The other way that I talk about heads betting on the come out, when you start betting $5 on the pass line, and it's the come out, okay, this is real interesting. This is really, really interesting. You really need to watch. I do have this in the book, okay. You're hedge betting on the come out. If 2, 3, 12 come out, you lose $5. So if you put $1 on any craps and 7 comes out, you'll lose the $5. Craps come out, 2, 3, 12 comes out, you lose the $5, but you win 7. So you get back your dollar stay, and you get back 7. You replace the 5, make a $2 profit. If you have $10 here, it's $2 on any craps. So if 2, 3, 12 comes out, you lose your 10, but you get back 14. So your 2 stays up, you put back the 10, you make a $4 profit. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Once you go to $15 on the pass line, you do not put on any craps no more. This is really important because you'll make $21 if 2, 3, 12 comes out on any craps. You'll make 21. You'll still make a profit, but this is called 3-way craps, and exactly what that is, 3-way craps, which is the same thing over there, but you got to call it out. They're different bets because you're calling it out. So the dealer will do this. You see how they are? It's 3 of craps. It's all in 3 numbers. So really it looks like this, but the dealers don't do that. That's what it would look like. So they'll do this. So if say, this is the worst one. If aces comes out, ace deuce comes out, you're going to lose your 15. But here, you'll win 15 for 1, and you can see it right there. I'm just going to pretend it's a 2 table. Well, actually, I'll give you both. So you're going to win on the $3. You're going to win, what is it, $12 because they got to minus the bet. So you win $12 here because what they're doing is they're replacing all these. They're not taking them down. If they actually took this down and you bet 3 and you win 15, which it'll be minus $1 because it's for the bet, not to the bet. So you win $12. But if it's a 2 table, you win 13. You'll win the other $1 because it's to the bet. Because if you say down and down, they'll give you the $1 back and all these dollars. So now if aces hit or 12 hits on a 4 table, this will pay $27 because now instead of 21, these are the ones you want to hit. Instead of 21, you win 27 and lose 15. Now if it's that's a 4 table. If it's a 2 table, it's to the bet, so you get the $1 back. You'll lose these 2, but you'll get that $1 back. So it'll pay 28 for your. If you lose on 2 through 12, you'll lose 15, but you'll win 28. Over there, it doesn't matter what comes up. You'll win 21. You're just taking a chance on winning more money because more than likely you have 2 to 1. 2 chances of hitting. If it's a 2 table, $28 versus $13. You have 2 to 1 in your favor if craps comes out. So that's why I tell people, and I do have this in the book, and I did do this with Gypsy, and I showed this too on that episode's called The Highlight Show. So you can go and look at that. But all this stuff is in my book. It's in the book, Winning Ways, Avi. I say that because Avi, man, I told her I wasn't going to say it. She just kind of told me, nah, why are you giving that information out? And I said, I don't know, because it's in my... She's been telling me, oh, I said, cause I got to get it out of my head. I want to put it in a book so you and my son Eric can have it when you guys start, because my daughter does play craps. Eric, he likes the idea, but eventually that's probably what he's going to end up for leisurely time. That's probably what so I want him to know how to do this correctly, because he was there when he bought in for his birthday, me and him, 200 each, and I think I won, I don't remember what I won, 900, 1,100. My son won 1,400, but the table was crappy. The only thing that saved us was hedge betting. I'm telling you, it saved us, the hedge betting. There was a guy that bought in for $5,000, and I think I told the story, but I might have been a little wrong, because he bought in for $5,000, and he didn't hedge bet. He was just betting like a psycho. He tried to be table captain, and tried to show that he knows what he's doing, and watch this. He was betting all this crazy money. And I think me and my son were there about 45 minutes. And the only thing that saved us with our lousy $200 was hedge betting. And everybody was going to the ATM except for me and my son, because we weren't betting that big anyway. But we held on because of hedge betting. And then that guy lost. He out of $5,000, he only had $600 left. Out of $5,000, he had $600 left. And I kept going, this guy's an idiot, man. I said, that's just crazy what it is. You know, kind of betting sessions you can have. He could have broke that down and had, $5,000 or 10 $500 sessions on betting craps, blackjack, or roulette, or whatever game. You break your money down in sessions. If you have $300, I buy in for $300, sometimes $5. If I go to Circa, I usually buy in for $5. But if I buy in for $300, which I did for a long time, I'll buy in for the $300. I don't have to, but I don't like getting out another $100 because I want to get rated. And if I give the $300 to the dealer, you have to throw it on the felt. You cannot hand it to them. I threw it, you throw it on the felt, and they mark me. I bought in for $300, and then they watch my first bet. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Now, some dealers don't care. I mean, some boxmen don't care, but they'll watch your first bet. And a lot of times I used to put $25 for my first bet. And they looked at it and then they mark it. So they gave me a $25 beginning rating. And then once the table gets going, if things ain't really going my way, I'll go to $10. But my first rating was 25. Now, you can do this. It's up to you. There's a lot of stuff that I know, the inside information that a lot of people don't know. It's because I wanted to know, and and I learned that. So now the bet up here on top, it says 7. That bet, it means that you're betting on a 7. Now you can use this to hedge bet. It's kind of hard to do because if you're a right better, which is a pass line, you're a right better, and a don't pass is called a wrong better. Now, I think the dealer gave it those names because they want you to be wrong. But you know what? Most of the time, the wrong better, the table is a wrong betting table. But nobody likes to bet negative. It doesn't mean you're betting negative. You're betting craps. But it's called they call it a wrong better. You know what? You're playing craps. Don't worry about what it's called. If you're playing the don't, then you can hedge bet and use the 7. I got much. So if I'm betting, let me see. If I'm betting, if I bet 20, if I'm betting $10 here, say I bet $10, you can bet if you bet 20, but say you were betting 10 and you put it on the don't and you give them $5. You don't have to bet that much because you're betting 10. If I put 5 here and 7 comes out, you're going to lose your don't, but here you're going to win 20 because it's 5-4-1 or 4-2-1. It always pays 4, no matter what. It pays 4. So you put $1, it gives you $4. Plus you still have your dollar. $5, you pay 20, still have your $5. And so now you don't have to make the exact same money. If you bet 20 there on the don't, and you put $5 here, and you 7 comes out, you get your 20 back. But you can use this to hedge bet too. Sometimes I do it on the come out, like because a lot of times I don't know why I throw 7 a lot in the come out. I do a lot. Sometimes my second throw is another 7. So I've been Stardust knows me. Well, back then, I usually bet. I don't know why I just bet $6. I always done it. A three-way 7, but it doesn't matter. It pays the same. Now it's really weird. Some casinos, the way they pay it out, I think is incorrect. I don't know why they do that. Because sometimes I get $24, sometimes I get $26, because this always pays 4-1 or 5-4-1. That's what it pays. It doesn't give you $2 extra, but there's a combination way of looking at it and paying it out. So what I think they were trying to give me my money back, or half my money back. I don't know why, but it pays 4. This was early on when I noticed that. I did go to school for craps. I got my certificate in all the games, but I don't have my certificate in craps because I never finished the school because they let me deal. So I was learning how to deal craps. I never got my certificate, but I went ahead and once they knew I was going to school and I knew enough, they let me deal. So I learned the rest, what I needed to know at the actual casino. And then when I went back to California, when I started writing the book, I had to go over my sheets because I got the sheets at the school and had to go over the lay bets, and don't come bets because I never got that far. So I learned through my sheets, and then once I learned all that, I start learning how to hedge bet against those bets. You can hedge bet on any bet you want, really, in the come out. I go into such crazy, crazy stuff on hedge bet. You wouldn't believe the stuff. Like, I think it was episode, what was it? The ones I just did, 41, 42. I think it was 42 is the one I go from don't come bets and lay bets, the difference. And I go buy bet versus don't come bets. You're actually hedge bet. What you're doing is you're hedge betting. But yeah, proposition bets, use them to hedge bet. Don't get crazy. I keep seeing these people every roll. High horn 12, high horn 11. Give me C and E and 12. They just keep betting them every time. There was a guy probably about 2 weeks ago. I was watching him doing it. He was right next to the stick man. He was betting these things like crazy. He was winning some of them, but I start adding up how much he was losing. He lost way more than he won because he was betting them all. He was betting a horn bet, then he was betting 12 straight up, then he was betting C and E. He was double betting because horn bet is C. Actually C and E because it's 11, but there's 3 craps. So he was triple betting everything. I said, what's he doing that for? So, yeah, he won a few of them, but he kept betting every stinking roll. The guy got so far in debt to some of these rolls, and then when he win a 12, I think he got back. I think he bet $2 on that, 60 or 58 bucks. I said he's still in the hole because he was betting them all night long, every stinking bet. So don't get crazy on proposition bets. Use them to hedge bet. You can play a hard way. Just play. You should be just playing a 4 or 10. You can play them both. I usually start out with a hard 4, then I go to a hard 10. And actually, it's funny because I was at Circa 3 weeks ago, and the hard 10 kept coming up, and my hard 4 wasn't coming up. The hard 10 kept coming. I kept winning on a hard 10. So you can use these proposition bets. I know a lot of people look up, don't know what they are. I explain everything in the book. I do say I stay away from them, but I use them a hedge bet. So you can use them to hedge bet against your bets. And I did go over the 30 times, 15 times. You can do this mathematically. Yeah, what I got, 5 minutes? Yeah, so all this information that I have, everything I teach on craps, blackjack, roulette, or anything I talk about, horse racing, this is my opinion. But I do have years and years of experience of all these games. That's all I did when I was here. I think it was 95, 99. I started going to some of the nightclubs, but I kept thinking about the crap table. So I end up at the crap table most of the night. And I got to know a lot of the dealers, the floor guys, Stick, the boxmen, Hilton, Rio. Stardust was my home. But yeah, you can, all the stuff I teach, it's in my book, Delatory 360 Entertainment. You see all my videos. You can go over and over the videos. That way you can slow it up and go back and anything you don't catch. Because I know I do talk a little fast, but this information just pours out of my head. I mean, once I start talking about craps, blackjack, or roulette, I'm very, very knowledgeable about those 3 games, all the percentages and ratios. It's really weird because those percentages, they have nothing to do with you, the percentage, but the ratios you should learn. Like on the field bet, I do talk about the field. You can make some money. I show you how to do that. If you bet $5, if you lose, you got to rebet $5. Don't bet 10. You didn't lose 10. You lost 5. So now you lost 10. Now I'm not going to go to 20 like I usually do. So now you got to replace it with 10. And then if you win, you get back your losses, and then you start over again, bet $5. If you win, you beat it. You have to do that constantly. You cannot wait 2 rolls. You have to consistently bet that. All them numbers do have percentages. Ace and 12 is 2.78% to actually throw that. To actually throw, that's how low it is. The highest percentage is 16.67%. That's why it comes up the most. So the least amount of time, 2 and 12 are not going to come up because it's 2.78%. But some of the casinos pay double and triple. That's why people make those bets. But the percentage is so low of you hitting it. I don't care what it pays. You got to hit it first. So, and then you got the 11, the 3 and 11, which is the percentage of ratio is the same. It's 5.56%. And then you got the 4 here, and the 4, and that's 8.33% to come up. Then you have the 9, which is 11.11%. And the 4 and 10 are the same, 8.33%. And the 9 is 11.11%. And the numbers that are missing are the highest, which are 5, 6, 8, and then the 7. those percentages, these percentages add the losses is 20 ways to lose and only 16 ways to win. I get it mixed up with roulette. Roulette's 18 to 20. This one's 20 to 16. To win on all these numbers, you see all these numbers, they're really big at a table. They're like the corner 6 and 8. They're really big because they want you to play it. And it's 44.45% to win, and it's 55.56% to lose. So the percentage is higher to lose. Now, this is 5.56%. If they have pays 3 times, the percentage of the casinos drops down to 2.78%. But it has nothing to do with you. You have to look at the ratios and how many times your number comes up for you to hit that. And the percentage, the highest percentage on this one would be the 9, and it's 11.11%. So you got that one versus the 6 and 8, which is 13.89%, and then the 7 is 16.67%. So that's why a lot of people go broke playing that. I see people, yeah, you do make money, but you know what the problem is? They don't leave. They won all that money. I seen 2 guys win $600 each, and they walked away 30 feet, and they were talking to each other. They came back because they were winning so much money on the field bet. They lost that 600 plus what they had in their wallet because it just flipped. So be careful. You can actually use field bet to hedge bet too. You can do that. What I got in here?
About
3 minutes? Okay. Now, a lot of casinos are taking out the 6 and 8. You see over here, 6 and 8? They're taking those out. I do talk about that. I don't play those. A lot of people do play them. The problem with these are 6 and 8. They come up the most. But if you bet $5 on the 8, you get $5. If you bet $6 on the 8, you get $6 if it comes up. But if you bet the 8 over here and you put the $6 here, you win $7. You win $1 more. Put it here. Now the problem with 6 and 8, they're called corner bet 6 and 8. The problem with those are people don't know this. When they keep betting because they're scared of betting up here, the problem is they keep betting 6 and 8. Well, when say there's a point, say the point is 9. Say the person makes their point. So now they're going. Now we're coming out again. The puck is off. Those are working. So you don't want to be betting that anymore, but they don't know that, and the dealer's not going to tell them that. So if you have the 8 here on a place bet, this is off because you'll see the puck says off. These board numbers are off unless you want to work them. Don't do that because if you're betting all 6, you're betting 1 to lose 6. That's just dumb. Don't do that. So if 7 comes out and you're betting the pass line, and 7 comes out, you win on the pass line, but you lose this because these are working on the come out, but this is off. These board odds are off. Board bets, they're off. So just don't play that. A lot of casinos are taking that out, and I always said, yeah, they're taking it out because they want the extra $1 right here. Now that's just betting $6. Okay, I guess I'm going to call it quits here. We got our technical director, Aaron, over there. He does a fantastic job. You can go ahead and get my book. It's in the Book Winning Ways, Avi. And Google Kindle, so it's on your phone. Go through the book. When you're here in Vegas, you can see anything I talk about. And don't forget to hit that, smash that like button, hit the notification. And you can get the cup too. See the cup there? You can order those cups, fill them full of rum. My posters, you can order those too. There's my son. I was in Tennessee. It was fantastic over there. You can order those posters. I'm going to say goodbye here. It's episode 46 on prop bets. And I'll see you next Saturday. Hopefully Brett will be here. He got called into work, so he couldn't be here. So hopefully he's here next week for you Twitter fans. He's going to be talking about the NBA. So we'll see you next Saturday on Full Tilt Vegas.